Hello, a warm welcome. In this video, we will look at a overview about the MSME sector in India. What are the challenges faced by the MSMEs and what are the schemes recently have been announced to enhance the weight of the MSMEs and all these things. First of all, the MSMEs, uh, Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006 has been passed in 2006. This act defines MSMEs on the basis of their nature of economic activity. Nature of economic activity they are doing. Based on this, it classifies the MSMEs into two categories. The first one is the manufacturing enterprises and second one is the service enterprises with three separate caps of investments for each sector. This is having three caps of investment and this is also having three caps of investment. In such a way, it has been classified. The Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Amendment Bill 2018 redefines again MSMEs on the basis of their annual turnover. Instead, raises investment limits for three types of enterprises. For three types of enterprises, it raises the investment limits to enhance the MSME sectors. Thus, the 2008 Amendment Bill redefines MSMEs on the basis of their annual turnover rather than their investment. Government stated reasons for changing the definition criteria says that to encourage the growth in the MSME sector with fear of losing benefits during instances of the expansion of the MSMEs. Government says that to encourage the growth of the sector so that benefits have to be expanded. There is no fear of expansion of the benefits. This is said by the government. And coming to the later things, what is the issues with the earlier development, earlier definition given by the Act of 2006? The threshold mentioned in the earlier definition have not been adjusted to inflation. The first investment based classification does not have been adjusted with the inflation. The investment based definition creates an uneven field for old enterprises as well as with new enterprises. As the investment is required for the same enterprise on the same scale today will be much higher than in the past. For example, you are established a company in 2006. The cost of the investment may be far more lesser than a company established in 2018. That means by with the increase of the time period, the investment has also to be increased. Thereby, inflation and different price rates have not been adjusted in this definition. That's why it redefined based on the so-called turnover basis rather than investment basis. This is the issues with the earlier definition. And what is the benefits of the redefinition means? It is a more transparent and verifiable method of classification and less bureaucratic hurdles like a CA certification and all these things when compared to the earlier thing. And increased investment limits helps MSMEs comply with the mandatory and industrial standards. When you are limiting some of the increased investments, that's why you are not complying. You must have comply with the mandatory and industrial standards. It is another issue has been solved. It also prevents underrepresentation of investments by MSMEs. Underrepresentation of investment by MSMEs, how it prevents means by raising the limit of the investment. That's why MSMEs can grow on par with the different types of industries and creating a level playing field between old and new enterprises. Level playing field between the old enterprises and new enterprises. This is the things. And concerns about redefinition. What are the concerns about redefinition? employment has not been still considered as an instrument of classification till now for the MSME sector, as it is done at the global level. Generally, at the global level, when you see the MSME sectors can be classified on the basis of employment things also. But in India, we are not taken employment still now as a classification instrument. Enterprises which are having a high turnover will lose out benefits from the public procurement policies for MSMEs. That means enterprises having high turnover lose the benefits from the public procurement policies for MSMEs. This is the another issue. And new definitions have put several against while large films within the MSME bracket, even while excluding some of the small films. That means by raising the investment so and so things, now the MSME can also include some large films. That is, they are to be industries, but they are in the MSME sector. They are large industries, but in the medium sector. This is a second issue. And excluding some small firms also, here is a issue. This is the concerns with the redefinition. And coming to the importance of the MSMEs, creation of the employment is not that much with MSMEs. That is around 120 million persons employees. It is second only to the agriculture sector. Economic growth with approximately 45 lakh units throughout the country, MSMEs, it contributes to 6.11% of the GDP. That is nearly 6.1% thing GDP from the manufacturing sector, and 24.63% of GDP from the service activities. That's why overall contribution to exports is 45% from the MSME sectors. What is the importance here we are talking? First one is with reference to the employees, 120 million persons have been employing. That's why it is the second largest employee provider after the agriculture. And with reference to the economic growth, having 45 lakh units around the country, it contributes to 6.11% of GDP in the manufacturing sector, 24.6% of GDP in the service sector. Overall, it contributes to 45% of the exports from in India, and it promotes innovation and competition. It also contributes to somewhat poverty alleviation and reducing inequality by creating employment and all these things for the poor and vulnerable, particularly with reference to the women and the youth sectors. And apart from this, when we see the other things, promotion of sustainable development. It also leads to the sustainable developments, widening range impact for the SDGs of 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 9 things. And financial inclusion. That means it provides opportunities for people in Tier 1 and Tier 3 cities to use banking services. That's why it also includes the financial inclusion. And what are the regulatory frameworks enabled for the MSME sectors? Let's see one by one. While there are about 90.19 lakh registered MSMEs, 90 lakh registered MSMEs, actually more than 6.33 crore MSMEs, out of which 6.3 crore, that is 99.4% of micro enterprises, while 0.52% is 3.31 lakhs are medium, and 0.07%, that is 5,000 are the medium enterprises. Let's see it again. The first thing is 6.3 crore, 33 crore MSMEs overall, out of which 6.3 crore contributes only micro enterprises. This is the first thing. In 6.33 crores, 6.30 crores is micro enterprises. 0.52%, that is just 3.31 lakhs constitute the medium enterprises, and 0.007%, that means 5,000 are medium enterprises. Sorry, it means macro something. There should be macro something. Overall, when we see 99% are micro enterprises, 0.52% are medium, and 0.07% are the macro enterprises. The primary responsibility of the promotion and development of the MSMEs is vested with the state governments. However, Government of India supplements the efforts of the states through various initiatives. When coming to the primary, their promotion and development, it rests with the state government. However, Government of India, that is the central governments, can supplement the state's efforts by giving some various initiatives. The Ministry of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises, that is the MSME ministry, and its organizations assist the states in their efforts to encourage the entrepreneurship, employment, and livelihood opportunities. That's why enhances the competitiveness among the MSMEs. The Office of Development Commissioner for the MSMEs functions as the nodal development agency under the Ministry of MSMEs. Who is the nodal development authority for the MSMEs means Office of Development Commissioner for the MSMEs. And this is the regulatory framework. Coming to the legislative framework, what are the laws has been passed in order to control the MSMEs? The first one is the Industries Development and Regulation Act of 1951. Industries Development and Regulation Act of 1951 provides conceptual and legal framework for the MSMEs, and it provides necessary powers to the central government to amend the provisions of this act from time to time so as to encourage small scale and ancillary undertakings in order to encourage them on par with the world established MSMEs. And Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act of 2006 is the another act. What it says means MSMEs are governed by the now in India, MSMEs are governed by this MSME DA 2006, that is MSME Development Act of 2006. And it aims to facilitate promotion and development of small and medium enterprises. What are the salient features of this act means setting up of a national board for MSMEs is the first thing, a board for MSMEs, national board, and classification of the enterprises done by it only, and advisory committees to support MSMEs, and measures from promotion, development, and enhancement of MSMEs can be taken according to the Act provisions. Schemes to control delayed payments to the MSMEs. Delayed payments can be controlled by this Act only. And enactment of rules by the state government to implement MSME Act of 2006 in their respective states has to be implemented. The enactment of rules by the central government to implement MSME Act 2006 in the respective states has to be enacted, and it provides first legal framework in the country for the recognition of the concept of enterprise. First recognized the concept of enterprises in the country comprises both manufacturing as well as service entities, and it defines medium enterprises for the first time and seeks its to integrate the three tiers of these enterprises. The medium enterprises seeks to integrate with the three tiers of the enterprises. And the Act also provides for statutory consultancy mechanism at the national level with balanced representation with on par with the all sections of the stakeholders, particularly three classes of the enterprises with a wide range of advisory functions. And it also provides for progressive credit policies and practices and preference in the government procurements to the products and services of the micro and small enterprises. And these all about the MSME Act of 2006 Development Act. And coming to the MSME Development Amendment Bill of 2018, what are the important provisions? This is introduced in July 2018 in the Lok Sabha to legalize the changed definition and classification of the MSMEs by the government. Generally, it is based on two things: definition and classification change of the MSMEs. The standing committee presented its report in December 2018. Its current status is now lapsed, and other salient features include the central government may change the new annual turnover limits through a notification. The maximum turnover may be up to 3 times of the limit specified in the bill. The bill extends the classification of the micro, tiny, and village enterprises as the medium enterprises also, as opposed by the MSME Development Act of 2006. And coming to the some of the initiatives, that is the Atmanirbhar package regulations for the MSMEs. Uh, let's see. MSMEs were announced to be within the purview of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, resulting in special regulatory measures for the sector. Revision of the MSME definition, and second one is the subordinate debt, that is 20,000 crores approved as subordinate debt to provide equity supported to the stressed MSMEs. And loans will be provided via the partial guarantee to the banks by the CGTMSE. That is, generally these loans given will be partially guaranteed by the Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for the micro and small enterprises. Collateral free loans, that is without any collateral loans given. 3 lakh crores approved as a CFL for the businesses included in the MSMEs, wherein the borrowers with up to 25 crore outstanding and 100 crore turnover will be eligible. For these 3 lakh crores without any collateral, they must have outstanding law of up to 25,000 crore only, not more than that, and turnover should be nearly 100 crore. The government will act as 100% guarantor to banks and NBFCs on both the principal and interest for this scheme. The scheme has already been launched, and the creation of a funds of funds with a corpus of 10,000 crores through the government. It will buy the equity stakes in the MSMEs with growth and potential and viability. Online marketplace for the MSME sector has been established and disallowing the global tenders in the procurement up to 2,000 crores in order to create more opportunities for the only domestic players. This related to giving up a fillip to the domestic MSME sectors as an import substitution approach by enabling domestic sectors more than with compared to the foreign things. And clearing of MSME dues by the government and public sector units within 45 days. And direction in this regard have been issued at the level of the Cabinet Secretary, Expenditure Secretary, and Secretary of the MSMEs. And other government initiatives taken to encourage the MSME sectors means, the first one is the National Manufacturing Competitive Program. This is the first thing, has been enabled different things, not all things are enough. For fund credit and subsidies, this is the CGTMSE will be the fund credit guarantor. That is the Credit Guarantee Trust Fund for MSMEs under the Ministry of MSME and SIDBI. Both have jointly implemented this CGTMSE to implement the credit guarantee scheme for the MSMEs. The corpus of this CGTMSE is contributed both by the Government of India and the SIDBI, that is the Small Industrial Development Bank of India, and financial support to the MSMEs in the JED certification scheme as supporting and promoting Make in India initiative. Interest subsidy eligibility certificate will be given. The scheme has been introduced to mobilize funds from the banking institutions for filling the gap between the actual fund requirements as well as the availability of the funds. Gap concept. That is the financial support to the MSMEs in the JED certification scheme has been given to promote the Make in India initiative, and interest subsidy eligibility certificate will be given to mobilize the funds from the banking institutions to filling up the gap between the actual fund requirements and the availability of the funds from the budgetary sources, and marketing and promotion of the MSMEs. Let's see the marketing. And generally, market promotion and development scheme MPDA. It is an amalgamation of the different MSME schemes implemented by the Khadi sector, including the publicity, marketing, market promotion, and market development assistance. All these things have been amalgamated and implementing this so-called market promotion and development scheme, and marketing assistance scheme, and procurement and marketing support scheme, that is the P and MS scheme, provide assistance for the activities such as organizing exhibitions, developing domestic markets, and facilitate market linkages. And apart from this, development of specific industries and generating the employment. Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. This is generally aims to create employment opportunities for the MSMEs in the country. This scheme is being managed by the KVIC at the national level. This PMEGP managed by the KVIC at the national level. Revamped scheme for fund for regeneration of the traditional industries. Yes, Fruti. That is SFURTI. That is the revamped scheme of fund for regeneration and traditional industry. The main object is to organize traditional industries and provide employment and enhance the marketability and equip tradition artisans, further boost the governance cluster systems. All these things have been included under this. And next thing is the Koir Vikas Yojana. It includes schemes for the technology upgradation and science and tech related and skill upgradation. Apart from this, market promotion, welfare measures, and a special scheme for the women in the Koir industries. Koir means that is the coconut piece, something like that. And this is the Koir Vikas Yojana. And apart from this, innovation, entrepreneurship, skill development and training program, a scheme for promoting innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship. Aspire. It aims to create new jobs, promoting the entrepreneurship and boost economic development and promote innovation to further strengthen the competitiveness of the MSME sector. And apart from this, ESDP, this is another scheme, Entrepreneurship Skill Development Program. It aims to organize entrepreneurship development program on a regular basis to nurture the talent of the youth, and assistance to training institutions. For the training institutions who have providing different support, for them the assistance has been given. The scheme aims to provide capital grant to the training institutions at the national level, which are operating under the Ministry of MSME for entrepreneurship and skill development and training capacity and building programs. What are the challenges faced by the MSME sector on a broad scale? Let's see. Inadequate access to the market. The first thing, it may be MSME or agriculture. All things have been lost with the inadequate access to the market due to the several reasons, including lack of adequate capital, lack of inadequate use of marketing tools, and lack of awareness of the large economic environment, low productive capacity, ineffective marketing strategy, all these things. And absence of adequate and timely banking finance is the second hurdle. Due to lack of quality credit institutions, financing is a major issue for the MSMEs. Non-availability of suitable technology for the MSMEs. Day-to-day urgencies of this business hinder their long-term perspectives and adoption of new and advanced technology, which is crucial factor for survival of the MSMEs. This is not available, and non-availability of the skilled labor at affordable cost. For example, a major industry is there, it can be affordable skilled labor at any cost, but an MSME cannot afford the same cost as such of the large industries. This is the another issue, and constraints on the modernization and expansion due to the lack of funds and innovation and expertise. Overall reliance on the existing clients only, not new clients. And MSME during COVID-19 faced serious issues. The survey reports disruptions caused by the COVID-19 impacted MSME earnings nearly down to the 20 to 50% with faced a maximum heat for the MSMEs. While bank dues have been deferred, the immediate challenge has to pay their statutory dues apart from the bank dues regarding the wages and all these things and pressing creditors. A large number of startups and MSMEs have reduced their workforce in last 8 months, with 31% of them reducing their women workforce due to the COVID-19 pandemic impacted their business and revenue adversely. Nearly 3 lakh crore emergency credit line guarantee scheme for the MSME sector is valid only till the October. Then what after the October is a big question. Even though sanctioned amounts so far is only 65% of the target only. This is the all issues and challenges faced by MSME sector. And coming to the what are the recommendations and what is the way forward? Let's see. Upgrade the infrastructure facilities uh, in order to encourage them like water, power supply, and road and railways, all these things. Adopt best practices at the international scale to offering innovative solutions to them. Focus on transfer of information and skill development effectively used by the transfer technology in improvement quality of the training is also essential. MSMEs should invest in innovation, research and development and new technologies. And the state promotion of the assistant to the MSMEs at different and upgraded levels of the certification is imperative. Labor reform, labor laws taken into account, changing nature of the labor workforce should be implemented to balance the needs of the protecting the workforce and enhancing the competitiveness of the MSMEs. And energy at lower costs. MSME should not be charged exorbitant rates for using electricity and natural gas with respect to the higher industries. And increase liquidity. As a result of interest rate reduction for the MSMEs, assurance of on-time payment from the state-owned enterprises, it should become norm in order to ensure the flourishing MSME sector. And entrepreneurship and investment in the women entrepreneurship. According to UN Women, global economy could see as much as US dollars 28 trillion growth by 2025 if women participate equally on par with the men in the entrepreneurship. This is the suggestion given by the UN Women organization. And but unfortunately, women MSME entrepreneurs, particularly those from the rural poor communities, are often disadvantaged in the growing their business. This is another hurdle for the MSME sector. So thus, you have to improve the what are the things for the way forward to invest on the women entrepreneurship and increase the liquidity for different agencies, and energy costs will be lower by the power suppliers, and labor reforms in order to protect the labor, and state promotion and assistance to the MSME sectors, and MSME should encourage the innovation, research and development, and transformation of information and skill development and different technology, adopting of best practices and adopting upgrade infrastructures. All these things are vital for the development of the MSME sector. That is all about the MSME. That's all. Thank you.